Hello everybody, this is Rebecca Jane from yogawithrebeccajane.com. Welcome to this 30-minute practice. I do teach live online yoga classes, so if you're interested, we have a link below or there's the actual website above. So this class, we're going to be focusing on emotional intuition. Now, I think most of us kind of get physical intuition when we get that gut feeling or our heartbeat starts to speed up, we start to sweat when we're in a situation that's causing us anxiety and that we feel like we're not safe. But what is the emotional? What does that mean? What is emotional intuition? And emotional intuition is where a great example is when you walk into a room and you sense something, very heaviness in the room, negativity. That's easy to feel, right? You kind of walk in there and you're like, oh. Or if everybody's very, very serious, you know, it's a extremely formal gathering. Or you can walk in a room and feel like, wow, this is fun, this is joyful, this is exciting. So that's emotional intuition. You get that sense immediately. It's like this energy is being, lobbed at you. So that's emotional. So we can sense it from others very easily if we're aware, we're in tune. So the thing that we struggle with often is what we bring into the room. Whether we bring anxiety into the room, whether we bring heaviness into the room, whether we contribute to the joy, the enthusiasm, do we bring calm? Do we bring anxiety? So these are the things that are really important, that we don't just focus in on what people bring to us, but what we also bring into relationships. So let's sit up nice and tall. We don't need any, I don't think you need any blocks today. We're going to start with some stretching. We're going to do some camel is our peak pose today. Hands spin up as we sit. Close the eyes. You could bring the thumb and the index finger to touch. So when our palms turn upward, we're inviting energy, ideas into our newness. We're not closing ourselves off. We're approachable. When we turn the palms down, it's more we need to be calm. We need to be insular. Let's deepen the breath. So how are you feeling at this moment in time? Without judging it, without trying to push it away, just acknowledging it. Let's just gently open the eyes and let's reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands, spin the palms up. And then stretch over to the right. And then inhale, lift back up, and then stretch over to the left. Inhale back up and exhale, stretch to the right. So just waking up our bodies, getting it ready to do some of these poses. Then to the left, and then release the hands down. Place the hands now, palms down on the knees. Close the eyes, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. So notice the difference when we have palms down. Maybe it's not noticeable. I want you to lean forward. We're going to do some Sufi circles to the right. So just circling around, feeling into this body of yours. Does it feel tight? We accumulate so much in this body. Not just for now, but we've accumulated it through our life. So every day we show up on the mat, we move it around a little bit, maybe get rid of a few things. Let's come up nice and tall. Relax here for one breath. Inhale. And exhale. And let's lean forward. We're going to circle to the left. And then let's come back up nice and tall. Take one full breath in. And then as you breathe out, I want you to turn the palms up again. Inhaling. And then as you exhale, I want to open up the legs into a straddle. Bring your hands behind you on the ground with the fingertips touching. So you're creating these little tents with those fingers. Lift up nice and tall. Lift the chest. So start to open up your back, your front body. And then walk your hands forward, folding forward. Going from back bend to forward bend, breathing in. So the back bends stimulate the nervous system. Forward bends calm the nervous system. So you bring those two together, combine them, and you have the most perfect balance. Coming up nice and tall, and then take your body and twist it to the left. Slide your hands so they're in line with that left leg. You might find it easier to bring the right foot inside your left thigh. And then fold over that left leg. Toes are pointing up. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's inhale, lift up nice and tall. Let's switch over to the right. So just switch the legs. Left leg can be inside your right leg. And then fold over that right leg. Inhaling and exhaling. And then gently lift ourselves up. Nice and tall. Take hold of the underneath your knees and bring those knees together. Wrap those arms around those shins. Take hold of your left wrist with that thumb and index finger of that right hand and gently tug on that wrist. Sit up tall. So what you're doing is you're stretching out the carpal tunnel area of those wrists so that they don't become congested, as many of us it does. Take hold of the right wrist with that left thumb and index finger and just a gentle pulling on that area of that wrist. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently come onto hands and knees. Curl toes under, take a deep breath in and curl and then press up, downward facing dog. Get a few petals of the feet in, so bending and straightening. Swaying your head from side to side. So just movement of the body in some of these shapes changes your mood, changes your emotional state. It frees you up. Coming back to stillness with your feet a little bit closer than hip distance, and then bend those knees as if you're going to leap forward. And then swivel the heels to the left. And then straighten and then swivel to the right. So you're swiveling from side to side. But every time you swivel,
and the feet are on an angle, bend the knees a little bit more. And then re-straighten those legs a little bit, not completely. And then over to the left, bend the knees as if you're going to leap. And then back to center, then to the right. Bend. Inhale back to center, and then to the left. Bend. You might go, oh, this is hard work. And you start to, your anxiety picks up a little bit. Just notice, come back to center. So the feet are pointing forward. Just take a little walk to the front of the mat. Take your time here as if you have all the time in the world. Bend those knees, take the opposite elbow, opposite hand. Cradle those elbows. A gentle pulling away from the elbows, opening up the shoulders, little sways from side to side. Or just let yourself hang here. So back issue people, always bend those knees in forward bend. Never straighten. Then release the hands down. Rebend those knees a little bit more. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to ragdoll roll. You're going to roll up vertebra by vertebra with the head the very last to come up. And then once that head lifts, reach the arms up to the sky. You don't have to rush here. And then sweep those hands behind your back. Have the hands on your hips, thumbs on your sacrum. Squeeze the elbows in. Push your hips forward, lift your heart up. So you're in a standing camel. By the time we get on our knees to do the full camel, you'll be ready. And then from here, release the hands back next to your sides. Take a deep breath in. Ragdoll yourself down. Bend those knees. The same way you came up, you're going down. Once your fingers touch the ground, take a deep breath in, bend those knees, and roll back up, vertebra by vertebra. Chin remains tucked. Once that head lifts, arms sweep to the sky. Take your hands on those hips again. Thumbs at the sacrum, and just do a tuck of the tailbone. Press hips forward, lift chest up. Wake up the front body. Take an inhale and exhale. I want you to roll back down. I'm going to do that one more time. Bend the knees, take an inhale and exhale. Roll back up. So already is your emotional state starting to change. Hands on hips. Tuck your tailbone. Press your hips forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift your heart. And then lift up tall. Let's roll back down. Take an inhale and exhale, roll down. Once the fingers touch the ground, step right foot back, lower right knee down. Inhale, coming into your lunge. Sweep the arms up to the sky, low lunge. And then exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Step back into a plank. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lower knees down, lower chest down, lower chin, and slither forward into your baby cobra. Baby cobra is you're barely lifting your chest off the ground. Maybe hands can hover. And then lower the hands to the ground, take a deep breath in. Come back onto those knees and press up into downward facing dog. Take one full breath here, inhale. And exhaling. Right leg reaches back up to the sky. Step right foot to right thumb. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. So we warm up for back bends with lunges. Lower the hands to the ground. Step left foot back, forward. Inhaling, fingertips on shins, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Stretch through those arms and exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway. Exhale, step left foot back. Lower left knee down. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, lower hands to the ground. Step back into plank. Take an inhale and exhale, lower knees down, lower chest down, lower chin, and slither forward. You can do baby cobra or come up into a higher cobra, squeezing the elbows into your sides. And then lower back down, curl toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. Take one full breath here, inhale, and exhale. Bring your right foot closer to the left leg lifts to the sky. Inhale, exhale, left foot to left thumb, lower right knee down. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Step right foot forward. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Take one full breath here. Check into how you're feeling. What do we bring into the world? What intuition, emotional intuition do we have? Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. Let's exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale halfway. Let's exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Taking a pause here, breathing in. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower knees down, lower chest down, lower chin. Slither forward, lifting up into your cobra. Or some of us can come to the top of those feet into an upward facing dog. Either one. Press back onto your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Walk your feet a little bit closer in. Right leg reaches to the sky. This time we step the right foot to your right thumb and flatten out your back foot. We're lifting into warrior ones. Arms sweep to the sky. So your feet are hip distance, back toes are pointing to the front left corner of the mat. Sweep up. And then bring your hands back behind you. Interlace the hands with the familiar interlace. Roll the shoulders in. Lift your heart. Lift your up to the ceiling. Breathing in. Hands off your back. And then lower the hands to the ground. Step back into plank. Take an inhale and exhale. Knees, chest, chin. Slither forward, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. If you're doing a cobra, elbows remain bent. Exhaling, lowering down, come onto the knees, downward facing dog. Take one full breath here, inhale. Stay present with how you're feeling. Not just physically, but emotionally. How am I feeling? Then inhale, left leg lifts to the sky. Step left foot to left thumb. Flatten out your back foot. Lift all the way up. Left knee is bent over your left ankle. Arms sweep to the sky. Warrior ones. You're squared forward. Bring your hands back behind you. Interlace one finger down so that unfamiliar interlace that you don't go to naturally. Take an inhale and exhale. Lift the hands off your back. Spread those collarbones. Breathing in and breathing out. Release the hands down to the ground. Step back into your plank. Take an inhale and exhale, lower down. Knees, chest, chin. Slither forward, coming into cobra or upward facing dog. And then let's come onto our knees. Let's take a pause here in child's pose. Let the arms stretch forward as if you're trying to touch the front of those mats. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhaling, coming to all fours. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Take a little walk or leap to the front of the mat. Once you're at the front of the mat, bend those knees, take an inhale
into your chair, reaching the arms up in line with your ears, sitting down. And then exhale, slide the hands to your heart, lift up into your Tadasana. Inhale, arms sit down into your chair. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, forward bend. Step back, downward facing dog. Just waking everything up. Come onto your knees. Sit down on your heels. I want you to take a moment here. And spin the palms up, inviting whatever it is in the world to enter you, rather than pushing it away, folding towards yourself. Or today we're turning our palms up, inviting. So sometimes we go into a room and we feel like we need to close ourselves off. It's too stimulating, it's too anxiety producing. But sometimes we can invite the energy from the room into you. Let's spin the palms down and just notice the difference. So we're ready for our camel. We'll do 3 sets. If 3 is too much, then you do 1 or 2. I'm taking something you might want to cushion up your knees. So I have a blanket, or you can get a towel, or you can take your mat and fold it 3 times and fold it over. Let me just flatten this out, it's too thick. Okay, so get yourself ready. Once you're on your knees, we're going to put our hands on our hips, just like we did when we're standing at the top of the mat. Squeeze those elbows in. It's always preparation is the key. Take your thumbs, tuck your tailbone under. We're going to do the first camel will be just a very gentle one, just like we did standing. You push your hips forward, lift your heart up. Some of you, this is just enough anyway. And breathe in, gazing forward or looking upward. Feel that wonderful stretch in the front body, the strength in the back body, and sit back onto your heels. Make a little pillow with your arms to create for the child's pose. So we're countering our stimulating back bends with a calming child's pose. And then gently lift up. We're going to do it again. This time you can curl the toes under. If you can easily touch your heels, curl the toes under, hands on hips, the same preparation as for everyone. Tuck your tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, then push your hips gently forward, lift your heart. Then maybe those hands can touch your heels. Press your hips forward, lift your heart. Facing discomfort. Hands back to hips, child's pose. Take a pause here. Often we're rushing through camel. Today we don't need to do that, which is just so ideal for this pose. And then we'll do it one more time. 3 is a charm. And this, you might find that curling the toes under was just enough, or you might want to go a little further. Hands on hips, squeeze shoulder blades, and then lean back, push hips forward, maybe hands touch heels. Once they touch down, if they touch your heels, hips forward, chest up, so you don't crunch your spine. So you might be uncomfortable here, as I am. My thighs are screaming, my legs are shaking. I don't love this pose. I don't like back bend, but I'm tolerating it because I know how good it feels and how good the body enjoys that feeling. Once you're in child's, come into child's. That was the third. Our bodies are meant to move and meant to be challenged. If all we do is forward bends, then all we are is turning on the relaxation response. Too much relaxation is not too good, is it? So we have to do both. Come up to all fours. Come onto the right hip. Ease yourselves onto your backs. So you will probably feel your quads later, your thigh muscles, maybe your hip joints, your chest, your tummies. Stretch through the arms, stretch through the legs as you lay on your mat. Feel proud of what you've just accomplished. How do you feel? Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees so you get a nice stretch in the back body. Lower the head to the ground. Let the knees drop over to the left, spinal twist. You can add the top leg straighten if you want a little bit more. If you want also a hamstring stretch, feel free to do that. And turn your head and look towards the right and close those eyes. So emotional intuition. How do I feel when I walk into a room? Or it doesn't have to be with people, a lot of people. It could be a room without people. It could be a room with one person. Bend those knees and roll onto your backs. Give yourself a hug. Let the knees drop over to the right. If you straighten straighten that top leg of that left arm reaches out to the sides. Turn your gaze to the left. And not only that, how I feel also impacts others. So it's not just how they feel, it's how you feel. If you're walking in anxious, subdued, it will affect the room. If you walk in overly excited, that will affect the room. If you walk in calm and relaxed, that will affect the room. Let's bring the knees back over your chest, and let's extend left foot to left corner, right to right. This is why we do yoga every day. So that we can walk into or do some form of exercise. It doesn't have to be just yoga. So that we can walk into the world a little bit more stable, less frenetic. Maybe bring some joy, some positivity. Maybe we can change the energy in the room. Resting here. And stay where you are as I come up to seal this practice. So reminding you what emotional intuition means. It's being in tune with your emotions, but in tune with others as well. Picking up the vibe from others, but also picking up the vibe from yourself, because what we bring is as important as what other people bring. As I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy these classes, feel free to try my live online yoga classes. That we have the link below with the website or above. You could take a look above. And subscribe, thumbs up, and please comment below. Thank you so much. Namaste. As I bring my hands in front of my heart to seal this practice, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy these classes, feel free to try my live online yoga classes. That we have the link below with the website or above. You could take a look above. And subscribe, thumbs up, and please comment below. Thank you so much. Namaste.